Hey there, Vinny from Project Frugal. Today we're going to be looking at my total US stock portfolio. It's not huge, but it is a start, so let's check it out. A wee while ago, I was approached by a company called Tiger Brokers to make a video based on their product, and that's exactly what I did. If you haven't seen this video, go and check it out up here. It's pretty good. I did a bit of due diligence on this particular platform and decided to invest. Some of the benefits of this platform: you can directly invest in US, Australian, Hong Kong, a bunch of others, Chinese, etc., stocks from overseas. You can transfer $2,000 of New Zealand currency into US funds or whatever currency you're looking at without incurring transaction costs. It was a win-win for me. And yes, I could have invested in US stocks or overseas stocks via Sharesies, but there was no comparison in terms of fees and costs involved, especially with the transaction cost for the foreign exchange and the actual share prices and fees involved with that. It was a lot cheaper to do it through Tiger Brokers. I'm certainly no expert when it comes to US stocks, just a bit of a dabbler. Dabbling in on this particular portfolio via Tiger Brokers enabled me to keep the money separate because my Sharesies account is all purely for New Zealand stocks. With Tiger Brokers, I could kind of separate it out so I can see what sort of gains I might be making. And I certainly don't understand the FIF rules within New Zealand. I know you have to have $50,000 worth or equivalent of New Zealand assets overseas before you apply the FIF rules for an investment fund, and all the tax complications and issues around that. I'll put a link down below in the description for some other videos that might help you out if you are reaching the threshold of $50,000 of investments in New Zealand for overseas investments. Our first investment into Tiger Brokers, we put in $2,000. Tiger Brokers matched it with, well, they didn't match it exactly. They put in $50 as a sort of sign-up bonus and another $30 for something else. Can't quite remember the details on it. You can go and check out the video as linked before and figure out the details from that, because that's what the deal they were offering at the time was. Anyway, we'd put in a couple of grand, and within the next month we'd actually made some purchases using the platform. We'd got up to $2,080, we'd invested some money in, and unfortunately, because of the way the market was at the time, we'd actually lost $200. That's no good. However, we also put some more money in just to round things up to $3,000, and just pretty much bought a few stocks and just let the whole thing sit. And as you can see here, going over, we've got 16 months here, 16 months of time. We're going to make the calculation on basically on the net profit versus the 16 months to work out a rough annual rate of return on these US stocks. We'll go into a bit of depth into what stocks we actually bought. But looking at this, if we go roughly to the current day, we're actually 10 days short at the time of this video, $3,793.87. So we've made almost $800, pretty much doing nothing. Over 16 months, of course, $793.87 in profit. Now, this is unrealized gains, so we haven't actually sort of done anything. As I stated before, I don't understand the FIF rules and the taxation implications, so I'll figure that out come tax time, or at least try and figure out what I've actually got to do with that. But that's okay, because it's just a start, and it's just really dipping your toes in the water for this portfolio. We can also see here, most of the time this total profit was actually underwater up until August last year, when things turned around. Must have been a good month in August in terms of the US stocks and all the rest of it, and it has grown quite substantially from there. Most of the, well, in fact, all of these stocks are pretty much dividend stocks, I think. I can't quite remember. Probably a couple of them aren't, but some of them are definitely dividend-paying stocks, so we will be actually increasing our income over the portfolio, plus we got the growth. Yeah, what will we do with this? Well, we'll probably end up investing some more money into it as time allows. I got a few other things I need to put my money towards, but eventually we'll build this up from 3,000 New Zealand dollars, maybe up to, well, who knows, maybe up to $40,000 or $50,000 if I can figure out the FIF rules. And here we are, we're into the Tiger Brokers application, which is a desktop application. You can also have it on your phone. We're just going to have a look at the desktop application. As you can see down here, the market is closed. What have we got there? Well, the Australian market is trading at the moment. We can't invest on the New Zealand market using this app. But the US market, that's all we're using this for at this stage. That is closed currently, which is okay. Now I'll pop my head above water and I can explain this a little bit better. So up the top here you can see we've got Google, we've got Apple, we've got American States Water, Realty Income, which is a monthly dividend payer by the way, Tesla, which doesn't pay out any dividends but it's a growth stock. That's what we got. These are the daily change amounts that we've got here on these particular stocks. We've also got many bells and whistles in terms of what we can do. I'm not going to run through everything that we can do on this particular application. And they do want to update this quite frequently, as the case may be as well. You can change this from US dollars, and obviously you can see here we've changed it to New Zealand dollars, $3,791.83. We've also got, what have we got down here? We've got our account, we've got, I think we've got $150 odd dollars. Yeah, we've got $150.48 that hasn't been deployed into purchasing any assets at this stage. And yeah, I haven't done a full sort of run through of the app and all the bells and whistles because there's numerous charts. There's so many options on this. I'm certainly not a day trader, so maybe you would use this if you were a day trader to get all the candlesticks and all that sort of financial gobbledygook, as it were. We don't have a lot of shares, to be honest. We've got 10 shares of Realty Income, 1 share of Tesla Motors. Now there is a story behind this. I work with a guy who was always banging on about Tesla. If you'd only bought at the start, you bought a whole lot of shares, you would be rich. Well, technically that's correct, but unfortunately he bought no shares. I've got 1 share, and the reason why I bought 1 share was no financial analysis on my part. It was just to say, I've got 1 share of Tesla that I could rub in his face, and rub it in I did. And did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. It certainly wasn't any great financial decision to buy that share, but as it panned out, well, I purchased it at $266.62 for that 1 share. It's now worth $428.55. I did nothing. Hey, if I'd bought 1,000 of those shares at that price, well, I'd be rich now, and I probably wouldn't be making this video. I'd be lapping it up in some tropical island, drinking one of those drinks out with a straw and an umbrella and all that sort of stuff. Oh, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Hey? Yeah, well, that didn't happen. I only had enough money for 1. That's what I bought. So the rest of these have made money. How much we got there? Well, we're up $108. $44 on the next one, which is Apple. We've got the $6.90 on Realty Income. That's not a great one, is it? And $161.93. I'm not sure if this includes the dividends or it's just the profit and loss of the stock as an entity by itself without the dividends. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that far, but as you can see, yeah, we've made some money, we've invested, we've got all these charts. It's also got an AI feature where you can go and sort of do some analysis. You know, maybe you could say, hey, what's the best stock to buy in 2025? Whether it's going to give you that or not, well, probably not, who knows. There's a community, well, we've got no data on that. We've got news. Is it going to give us some news? Yep, a whole lot of financial gobbledygook there, market stuff. Well, that's what we've got in our watch list. So I was kind of looking at a few sort of companies there. I don't know what I'm looking at as such in terms of this, because like I say, I haven't really done a lot with this particular platform. We've got our account. You know, there's margin accounts. You can do options trading. You can do all sorts of bells and whistles. You can buy and sell. Well, the sky's the limit with this app. But as I'm a dividend investor, I'm not really interested in all the bells and whistles. I just want to buy some stocks, get some dividends, reinvest the dividends, and keep doing that. And eventually, those dividends will pay for my living costs. That's the plan. Going back to the actual balances on this portfolio, how much have we actually made? Well, let's work it out. I don't know how to work this out. It's been 16 months. We've made $793.87. We're roughly going to call it $3,000. Let's get ChatGPT to work and figure it out for us. Let's have a look. Drum roll, please. And here we go. We've asked the question, if I invested $3,000 on the 1st of October 2023, and today is the 1st of Feb, close enough, and my balance is now this, what's the analysed gain in percentage terms? And we got the CAGR, the compound annual growth rate. That's a good acronym. And I've seen that on a few videos. So we're looking at 19.25% approximately. Pretty good return. I'm pretty happy with that based on I don't know what I'm doing in terms of investing in American stocks. And that about wraps it up for this video. We have made a start. Yeah, it's been dormant for quite a while, but we've actually made a profit. Amazing stuff. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll catch you later. See ya.